Good morning, students. In the today's session, we'll learn about the programming using raw sockets. The raw sockets will provide a way to access as well as for the manipulation of network protocols at a lower level than the traditional sockets. Here in this program, we'll learn about how the transmission will be done between the sender and receiver using the UDP. Okay, how the data will be transmitted between the sender and receiver on a simple network. In this here, at the sender side, we need the IP address of the receiver as well as the host address of the receiver. Okay, and at the receiver side, it will need only the host address. Only the host is enough, and it is going to send the data to the receiver using the UDP. Okay, now here we are sending, while we are sending the data from sender to the receiver, we'll write one small Java program. Okay, here we'll see in this program, here I have taken the two programs. One is a sender, UDP sender, another one is a UDP receiver. At the sender side, what is happening at the sender side? The sender needs the IP address. Okay, if a sender needs the IP address means we should have the IP address header file as well as the datagram packet also we should take, and datagram socket also is needed. Okay, now we are going to write a raw UDP sender. Okay, this is our class name. Whatever based on our requirement, you can take the class name. Then you should write a main method. Now we have to create one datagram socket. This socket is going to create one method called datagram socket. Okay, and here that means we are creating a variable. Okay, dynamic side we are creating one storage. Okay, now IP address, that is for INET address. For this INET address, the destination address we should take. That means here how we can take the destination address is INET address dot get name of this, the IP address of the receiver you should take. Okay, the IP address of the receiver you should write, and in the next line you should take the destination port. Okay, next here the data is equals to what we want to print, we can send that data. Okay, and we should create one packet variable. In this, it is going to store the new datagram in the format of a data with the data dot length and the destination address as well as the destination port. Okay, then the socket has to be closed. Okay, and now here when we are working at the sender side, we need the IP address of the receiver as well as the port address of the receiver. And from the sender, we are sending some data packets to the receiver. But at the receiver side, what is our requirement here? The requirement at the receiver side is what? Here for the receiver side also, we need to have the only the host address is N. Okay. Now we'll see here at the receiver side how we are writing a program. Okay. This is a program for the receiver side. In this, what we are doing here, we are receiving the datagram packet as well as here we are taking the datagram packet and well as a datagram socket. Okay, datagram packet and datagram socket. Okay, now the UDP receiver is our class name. Next, here the socket is equals to what? New datagram of our this destination port. Okay, and we have to create one receive buffer. This buffer will store the data what we'll get from the sender side. And next, this packet consisting of the data which is sent from the sender side. And here the packet, the socket is going to receive that packet. Once the packet has been received, then the received data can be printed. Okay. Then simply we are going to print a message as receive. Okay. Next, as usual, whenever we have a try block, we should have the catch block. The try block, then we should have the catch block. Okay. And now we'll do the execution part for this program. Okay. And we just open the command prompt. I have stored in CD lab. Okay. Now, what is my file name is UDP receiver, raw UDP receiver as well as raw UDP sender. First, we should execute the sender file because the sender is going to transmit the data. Yes or no? Raw UDP send dot Java. And we should execute the receiver also. Receiver side Java UDP receiver dot Java. Okay. Wait. Sorry. Java C. Okay. Now we have to execute Java raw UDP sender. Okay. Now the execution part is complete. Java raw UDP receiver. Okay. Now the receiver will receive the data which has been sent from the sender. Okay. Now here at the receiver side, the receiver will send the data which is sent by the sender. Okay. See you in the next class.